The Minnesota Timberwolves can't stop winning. This team is now 16-3 since the month of March started, and that is the second best record in the league, and they're tied for the most wins during that stretch. And behind Anthony Edwards, the emergence of Julius Randle with this core, they are looking elite. They are primed to make a playoff push. Of course, they got size with Gobert and Naz Reid. They got the guard play with Anthony Edwards, and he has been on another level this year. I mean, when you talk about Anthony Edwards, you're talking about a guy that's known as a downhill driver, a slasher that can get to the rim and finish over anybody. But on the year, he's averaging 27.3 points, 5.8 boards, 4.6 assists in 36 minutes, and he's doing it on 39% shooting from the three ball on over 10 attempts per game. And there's not a lot of guys in the league shooting 10 times per game. When you look at, in total, there's 5. LaMelo Ball, Steph Curry, Jason Tatum, Brandon Miller, and Anthony Edwards. And for some reason, I don't know why, the Hornets think these guys are Steph Curry. They're not. LaMelo shoots 34% from 3 on over 11 attempts per game. Brandon Miller, not much better at 35% from 3 on about 11 attempts per game. It's not good. Tatum has been decent this year, 35% on about 10.2 attempts. And then you get, the big dogs. Steph, 40% from 3 on 11.2 attempts. Hall of Fame numbers. And then Ant, at almost 40% on 10.2 attempts per game. He leads the league right now at the time of this recording with 292 three-pointers made and has now gotten to 3 ahead of Malik Beasley. And that's something scary for a guy that has unlimited athleticism, can get downhill on whoever he wants. And he did this last night against the Philadelphia 76ers, put him in the rim, why don't you? 37 points, 2 boards and 2 assists. So he didn't do much other than just scoring the ball in 38 minutes of action last night. But he's also averaging 4.6 assists per game, getting downhill, finding Gobert right here, really nice pass, and then finding Naz Reid in the corner, who kicks it one more to Donte DiVincenzo, slashing in, creating lanes, and creating offense. I like the little pin down here by Gobert, gets to the left hand. He's 6'5", so he can score over pretty much anybody with a 6'9" wingspan. Now, he's not Kevin Durant levels, but unless you're putting a 6'8" wing on him, they can go out there and guard, and that's still going to be tough on him. He can finish both ways. He's going to blow by you if you play too close, and he's going to shoot over you if you play too far away. Right there with the left hand, we just looked at that one, and then later in the game here, he's just going to stop and pop over the Philadelphia 76er defender for the 3 ball. On the pull-up 3 this year, he's shooting 39%, which is good enough for second in the league on over 7 attempts. Of course, there's a guy in Golden State that's a little bit better. He makes 4 pull-up threes per game this year, which is absolutely ridiculous efficiency for a shot of that magnitude. Of course, there's one guy in Golden State that's a little bit better than him, but that's the only guy this year that has been a better three-point shooter efficiency-wise than Anthony Edwards. And if this keeps up, it's going to be ridiculous because he's also got that mid-range game that'll remind you a little bit of Kobe or a little bit of MJ. We're dipping into the Denver game film right here, I know, but it was here, and it's really good game film from him. He's also a solid catch and shooter at 40.5% on 2.6 attempts per game, which is really, really good numbers for a guy that came into the league shooting like 33% from 3 and was known as a slasher. And then last night against Philly, activated that clutch gene, up a point with 1:23 left. Unlike Duke, he's extremely clutch, knocks down the 3 ball, then gets downhill and puts him up 6 with 59 seconds left. And then this is just, are you kidding me? The shot clock going down, he throws up that and it goes in. Absolutely ridiculous. Now, the final thing we got to talk about with Ant here, can he be an All-NBA first team guy? Played in 75 games so far this year. Now, there are some locks for the first team, and of course, Shea and the Joker, the 2 MVP candidates, are locked in. Jason Tatum's probably locked in. And then, of course, out in Milwaukee, you got Giannis. Those 4 guys are probably All-NBA first team locks. And then it's kind of up for grabs between Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson, Cade Cunningham, and Anthony Edwards, who I think should be that 5th spot on the All-NBA first team this year, bringing this Timberwolves team with him to the playoffs. Now, of course, he's had some help, and Julius Randle, it took about halfway through the season, but they are 14-3 since Julius Randle came back from injury, and they were 5-8 during the stretch without him. Over his last 17 games, he's averaging 19 points, 6.5 boards, 5.5 assists in 31 minutes on 53% shooting from the field and 38% from beyond the arc. He has become that second isolation scorer alongside of Anthony Edwards that can really help out and get downhill, and he's a big dude. He's tough to stop. And another thing is, he also helps Ant attack closeouts. Watch Ant slide to the corner right here, The defender is going to close out. I believe that's Quentin Grimes. Try to stop him, but it doesn't matter because Ant, when you're closing out on him, if he's attacking with his dribble, is nearly unguardable. Now, Julius didn't have the best game last night. 15 points, 5 boards, 4 assists. Still pretty solid in 33 minutes. But the game against Denver was really nice. And like I said, they are 14-3 since he has come back. Yes, Donte DiVincenzo came back during that time span as well. But at 6'9", 250 pounds, he is a load to stop when he gets ahead of steam and starts coming downhill. Now, if you've made it this far into the video, make sure to the like button. Leave me a comment down below and hit that subscribe button if you are enjoying it at any point. As you can see here, a large majority of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. If that is you, go ahead and fix that right now. With that being said, let's get back to the video looking at Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who is having a really big year for the Wolves right now. 9.5 points a game, 3.2 rebounds, 2.6 assists. He's just been solid off the bench. And the best part is his efficiency this year. Last year in the playoffs, he was seen as, kind of a guy that sometimes you had to guard him if he was making shots. If not, just don't even worry about it. But at 44% from the field and 39% from 3 on 4.5 attempts per game, he has been shooting the ball extremely well. And then the other guy we got to talk about here, Rudy Gobert, down low. He's averaging about 11.5 points a game on the year with a little over 10.5 rebounds, 1.8 assists. Last night against the Sixers, went for 23 and 19 with 3 steals and 2 blocks. Vintage Gobert. He was dominating down low with an Embiidless 76er squad, left-handed, one-handed, put-back dunk right there, and then getting the put-back layup to go. He is so tough down low for teams when he, they don't have a center in there. Like Yabusele's trying to guard him in the paint, and he's just feasting down there because he's like 7'1", 7'2" with that, ridiculous wingspan, and he just gets great positioning. He's the veteran compared to some of these younger 76er centers, and he is just taking him straight to work. Reverse dunk right here off the offensive rebound. Big time stuff. And then we got Naz Reid himself, who is a stud for the Wolves. He's going to be hitting unrestricted free agency this summer, which is a little bit scary for Wolves fans. I think they'll be able to bring him back. But as for now, he's a guy that's giving you about 14.5 points and 6 rebounds off the bench in 27 minutes on 46-39 shooting splits on about 6 attempts per game. Really good year for Naz Reid, right? 6'9" with about a 265 pounds on him. He is tough to stop when he gets going downhill. That's the thing about this Timberwolves squad. They're long, they're athletic, but they also got some big dudes between Julius Randle and Naz Reid who are loads to stop. With some of these skinnier guys, Chet Holmgren, Victor Wembanyama, it's tough when you get a shoulder into you and you got to back up because he's 265 coming downhill. Extremely tough to stop. Donte DiVincenzo is another guy as well that has really helped this Timberwolves team over the last month or so. 13.7 points, 4 boards, 4 assists, and 1.3 steals since coming back from injury. And when he came back from injury, they lit it up. 46% shooting from the field, 44% from 3 on 7.5 attempts per game. Over his first 25 games, he was averaging 8.3 points, 2.3 rebounds, and 2.2 assists on 35-32 shooting splits. The turnaround has been huge. We knew he was really good, and when he was in New York, he was really good. He really impacted their winning, but he got off to such a slow start. He is 13-4 since coming back, or the Wolves are 13-4 since he got back from injury. Coming off the screen right here, knocking it down, toe tapping it, didn't even touch the rim, and then right here, you got a nice backdoor cut off the feed from Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Also got to worry about Mike Conley if you're facing off against the Wolves, the old veteran point guard that can really get you into stuff. And then Jaden McDaniels, who he didn't talk about, but he's a great defender and improving offensively. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to the like button. Leave me a comment down below and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. We're looking for about 300 likes on today's video. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching.